Hello everyone, welcome to MVC Academy. This is Santosh Koka, Faculty of Polity and Governance. In the previous classes, we have already discussed so many important issues related to polity. So whether it is citizenship or it is fundamental rights related. So now we have to understand what are the important constitutional bodies, right? What are constitutional bodies and what is the definition of constitutional bodies and what are the bodies, different bodies or offices we have related to constitutional bodies. We will see what are the powers and functions and what are the deriving authority here. So we have to understand here. So first of all, coming to introduction to the constitutional bodies. So constitutional bodies derive their existence directly from the constitution itself, right? Constitution of India provided different provisions, or we have number of schedules, number of chapters and number of provisions in our constitution, right? So each and every provision is related to some sort of powers or functions or any sort of rights, etc. So if you see constitutional bodies, the name itself is clearly telling that. So bodies which are deriving the powers and functions from constitution only, right? Constitution, no any authority will give powers and functions to these bodies, right? Constitution only will automatically gives the powers and functions here. Constitutional bodies derive their existence, completely their existence directly from the Constitution of India, right? So they are created to ensure democratic and smooth functioning of the country. As a democratic country, the people will elect the representatives and also the representatives will work for the people, right? So in this process, these bodies are offices of constitution, whether they are statutory or some sort of non-statutory, they will work for the betterment of our public welfare, right? So if you understand here, we have some constitutional bodies. These bodies completely derive the powers and functions from the constitution. So these bodies completely enlisted or enshrined in the constitution itself. We have certain other bodies, those are statutory bodies too. These bodies are completely derived the powers and functions by creating a law by the parliament, right? So that is completely different. So other than these constitutional bodies and also statutory bodies, we have non-statutory bodies also. Sometimes these bodies also will work, whether they are non-constitutional or nor statutory, they will work for the public welfare or completely governance, right? So independent and not subject to executive or legislative control here. So these constitutional bodies are completely independent. Why independent? Their powers and functions is completely derived from the constitution itself. There is no authority to guide them or direct them here. So whether they are executive or whether they are legislative, they are not in the control of any executive or legislative here, right? Completely they are independent constitutional body. So here constitution provides for their composition and powers and functions and tenure. No any law or no any statutory things will provide all these things, right? If you see some sort of, whether it is parliament or state legislature, they will frame or they will make some laws or they will make some legislatures or acts related to that. They will create some bodies or some sort of particular issues, they will create any law, right? So based on the particular provisions or some sort of rules and regulations completely included in that particular law, right? So likewise here, if you see, constitution itself is providing their composition of these constitutional bodies and also powers. What are the powers they have to enjoy or they have to be there, and also what are the functions they have to completely responsible to do, and also their tenure also, how much time they have to be there in office. All these things are completely included in the constitution itself. No authority or no law or no statutory things will derive. And also these are essential for maintaining checks and balances in democracy. So these constitutional bodies also very much important. Like we have some sort of CAG. So financial related things or accounts and reports relatedly, it is acts as a checks and balance thing, right? So that's why these constitutional bodies, what is the reason to include or what is the need of constitutional bodies here? So they essential for maintaining checks and balances in democracy. So if you understand as a democratic country, India should have these type of constitutional bodies or statutory bodies, right? So then only these checks and balances are very important. Whether if you take the executive or legislative relation, executive completely responsible or accountable to the legislature. So this is called a checks and balance thing. And also examples. What are the examples of here constitutional bodies we have in the constitution here? So UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, it is very important constitutional body. Likewise, we have CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. This is also very important constitutional body, so related to financial things. And also GST Council we have, and also National Commission for Scheduled Castes and National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, and also we have National Commission for backward classes, right? All these are very important, but in this video we will look into different constitutional bodies like UPSC or CAG, some sort of different other things we will discuss in the next videos, right? So first of all, Union Public Service Commission here, complete overview. If you understand this Union Public Service Commission, at the central level it will work, central recruiting agency for all India services and also central services, right? Don't be confused between all India services and also state services here. So these are completely related to all India services and also central services. These recruitments completely handled by Union Public Service Commission. This is completely different from the State Public Service Commission. We will also look into that. So these Union Public Service Commission established under the articles 315 to 323, right? That was completely mentioned in the part 14 of the Constitution. So all these parts are very important. The Constitution, very lengthy Constitution. Indian Constitution is very lengthy Constitution. That's why we have divided as parts, schedules, and also chapters. And completely we had included some sort of provisions or rules and regulations in articles, right? So here these members of Union Public Service Commission appointed by the President of India only, right? So every time President of India will appoint each and everything, especially chairmen related to some sort of election commission, or we can say the finance commission, etc. bodies, right? So we have to understand that. And also, what is the composition of Union Public Service Commission here? Completely derived or existent in the Constitution only, right? So typically 9 to 11 members will be there in Union Public Service Commission. So it ensures merit-based and impartial selection process for civil services, right? So civil services selection means very important. So in each and every district level, they have to administer entire the district part. So then think how much they capable, able to do or able to solve each and every problem that was completely issued in the district, right? So that's why it completely, this Union Public Service Commission is working for the ensuring merit-based and impartial selection process for civil services especially. This is the main function of Union Public Service Commission. It is crucial for maintaining administrative efficiency and also integrity. So if you see if Union Public Service Commission select these persons other than merit-based or some partially, right, then it will automatically collapse the administrative system here and also their efficiency and effectiveness. So that's why it's very important to take the merit-based and also impartial selection here. So next we have to understand the composition and tenure of UPSC here. Members completely appointed by the President of India. Why? Because it is a constitutional body, right? So the powers and functions are derived from the Constitution itself. That's why their members are completely appointed by the President of India as a nominal or head of the executive, right? So here half of the members must have at least 10 years of government service. This half of the members must have at least 10 years of government service. Then they automatically appointed by the members or they are eligible for the UPSC membership, right? So what is the tenure of UPSC members here? 6 years. 6 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier, right? Depending on the age criteria, they will give this tenure. So tenure of this particular tenure of CAG, if you take CAG, or tenure of UPSC is completely different from the tenure of Election Commission, that is 5 years, or Finance Commission, that is also 5 years, right? We have to remember all these things. And also, what is the removal process here? So it can be removed by the President only. So who appointed them? President only. They only means president only can be removed here, right? So and also here, who is the chairman of UPSC here? As of now, means if you see the current affairs part also, we have to update it here. So here Dr. Ajay Kumar is the current composition, means UPSC chairman here. So as of May 2025, so Ajay Kumar is the very much important for the examination process. And also it is a high level coordination with the president and government, right? UPSC, before selecting anyone or before conducting some sort of interviews or anything, right, recruiting process, everything, compulsorily they will coordinate with the president and also government of India. That is the main important thing. So what are the functions and responsibilities of UPSC here? It conducts examinations for recruitment to all India services. That is one thing we have already seen, right? Recruiting these all India services and also civil services. So conducts examinations for central services, that is Group A and Group B officers also, they will recruit them. And it advises the president on matters relating to civil services. Whenever any matter relating to civil services or any problem related to civil services or any wanted to take any reform related to civil services, they will automatically advise the president first. Then president will give his opinion or assent to that. So completely based on the president's opinion or suggestion, they will follow, right? So it consulted on disciplinary matters concerning civil servants. So it can take a advisory role here. So UPSC play a advisory role here, right? And also it consulted on disciplinary matters concerning civil services. Wherever there is any disciplinary concerns related to civil services, it will consult. It having the consultative role also, right? So apart from that, it advises on claims of award of injury or other services matters. Advises on claims for award of injury or other service matters relatedly, it is also having a advisory role, right? So likewise, it submits annual report on its work to the president, right? Why? Because it is completely appointed by the president, right? Also, it can be removed by the president only, right? That's why they are completely responsible to the president of India, right? So they will submit annual report to the president. So next, State Public Service Commissions. So likewise, UPSC, this is completely national level, means all India services and also central services recruitment is completely handled by UPSC. Likewise, State Public Service Commissions also we have. So responsible for recruitment to state services, right? So whatever we have, if you see the Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, we have groups, right? So group 1, 2, 3, 4, these type of examination are under control of the State Public Service Commission only, right? So the members, those members appointed by the governor of the state here. So it is a comparison. Whenever you read anything in the functions or responsibilities or any other thing, provisions in the polity related topics, we have to compare with other important bodies or functions of authorities, right? Here, so if you compare, members are appointed by the governor of the state. Here, members of State Public Service Commission are appointed by the governor of the state. If you see, UPSC members are appointed by the president of India, right? That is the main important differentiation we have to understand. And also, what is the tenure here? So tenure of State Public Service Commission members are 6 years or 62 years of age, whichever is earlier. So if you take the UPSC, so this 6 years okay, but 62 is not. 65 years of age, whichever is earlier, is the related to the tenure of the UPSC. That is the differentiation we have to find, and from this differentiation only we have to remember each and everything related to polity. And also, what is the removal process here? It can be removed by the president, not governor, right? So if you see UPSC members are completely appointed by the president only and also removed by the president only. But if you see here, State Public Service Commissions, members or chairperson, they can be removed by the president only, appointed by the governor, but removed by the president only, not governor. This is the very important differentiation these type of statements will get in examination, right? So please be focused on this. So it advises governor on disciplinary matters. So State Public Service Commission completely having the advisory role here. So advisory role plays here. So advises governor on disciplinary matter related to the state services. And also it functions similar to UPSC but at the complete state level. So State Public Service Commissions are not responsible for the all India services or civil central services, etc. things, but completely related to state services, right? Same role played by the SPSC here as UPSC. So UPSC here, recent developments. What are the recent developments related to UPSC here? Dr. Ajay Kumar's meeting with the president happened on May 21st, 2025. That was the recent update, right? We have to understand. Dr. Ajay Kumar. Who is the Ajay Kumar here? Here UPSC chairperson. Ajay Kumar's meeting with the president happened regarding the some important issues related to our civil services, right? Ongoing debates on civil services examination reforms also there. So previously so many reforms were taken for the recruitment and training of civil servants or civil services, right? So likewise ongoing debates also, we have still ongoing debates on civil services examination reforms is there. And also Bus 1 committee here. Bus 1 committee recommendations on exam pattern changes also we have seen that is also recent development. Maybe we have some one optional, right? So the selective option we have as of now. So after few years it may be removed, right? So compulsory paper may be there like public administration. Public administration may be become a compulsory paper. So without having any optional papers here. So likewise so many reforms are there. So ongoing debates are there regarding the reforms, and also discussions on age limit modifications. There are discussions on age limit modifications also there. So that is also ongoing debate here. So focus on making examination more relevant to the modern administration also. It's focus on making examination more relevant to modern administration. So it emphasizes on ethical and attitudinal aspects in selection, right? It emphasis means yes, UPSC more focused or emphasis on ethical and attitudinal aspects in selection. So even though they selected ethical or value or who are having more values related to society, by interviewing them they are completely selecting, but after getting the service they are completely shifted to the political bias or something, right? So that is the main important reality here we have to understand. So all these are the recent developments related to UPSC, very important. So next we have Comptroller and Auditor General of India. This is also a constitutional body here, very important body related to financial matters. First of all, we have to understand Comptroller and Auditor General of India is a guardian of the public purse of India here, right? It is head of the Indian Audit and Accounts Department, head of the Indian Audit and Accounts Department. Constitutional provisions under Article 148 completely dealt with the CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General, very important article, right? So here CAG is completely appointed by the President of India only, likewise UPSC, right? So it upholds the constitution and laws in financial administration. It upholds the constitution and laws in financial administration. If you see UPSC, when compared it with UPSC, UPSC is completely uphold the constitution and democracy with the civil services, means administrative efficiency, ensuring administrative efficiency. Likewise, here CAG upholds the constitution and laws in financial administration, right? That is the main important thing. So it ensures executive accountability to Parliament. So whatever important auditing system here we have been following by the Comptroller and Auditor General, completely here we are showing some reports to legislature, right? So providing whatever we had been expenditure, everything related to financial administration, completely we are showing reports to the legislature. Means here executive is completely responsible to the legislature or accountable to the legislature, right? So here executive related thing, constitutional body is CAG. Here executive and legislature in between a bridge is a CAG, right? So next, if you see the CAG appointment and tenure related issues, they are appointed by the President of India, right? So what is the tenure of CAG here? Likewise, UPSC 6 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier, same as UPSC tenure, right? So this is the differentiation or similarity important issues we have to understand or remember. So what is the removal condition here? So same grounds and manner as Supreme Court judge. Same grounds and manner in which Supreme Court judge is removing. Likewise, CAG also removed by the process, right? Current CAG, who is the current Comptroller and Auditor General here? So K. Sanjay Murthy is the current CAG appointed on November 2024, right? So this is very important for the examination. So here, appointment and tenure relatedly, they are not allowed to take employment under union or state government after retirement. This is a very much important condition, right? So after this retirement of the CAG office, they will not get any employment, whether it is in union or state government, right? So it ensures independence and impartiality in auditing. So this CAG, if you take the powers and functions completely enshrined in the Constitution only, right? They derive powers and functions from the Constitution only. As an independent body, they also work for completely impartiality in auditing especially. They will show what is there or what are the expenditures are completely given by the executive to the legislature. So next, what are the functions and powers of the CAG here? It audits all expenditure from Consolidated Fund of India, right? It audits all expenditures from Consolidated Fund of India. That is the first important function. And also it audits Consolidated Fund of each state and also contingency funds, right? So here not only Consolidated Fund of India related things, and also it audits Consolidated Fund of each state, whatever we have in India, and also their contingency funds of each state, right? That is the main important function. And also it audits accounts of union and state governments. It will completely audits the accounts and statements are union and state governments here. And also it audits public sector undertakings and government companies too. It audits public sector, PSUs, and also government companies. This is also very important. So these type of facts or a number of provisions will be included as statements in the upcoming examination, that is objective questions. The issue means CAG issues net proceeds certificates under Article 279. That is completely related to 279, related to GST, right? So issues net proceeds certificates under Article 279, and also CAG ensures financial legitimacy of executive actions, right? Whatever the actions taken by the executive here completely show to the legislature by creating or by acting as a bridge here. CAG financial legitimacy will be proved, right? Next, if you see the three types of audit reports are there in the CAG related issues. One, report on appropriation accounts, and report on financial accounts, and report on public undertakings, right? These three accounts are completely handled by our Comptroller and Auditor General of India. So first of all, report on appropriation accounts, it examines whether expenditure was within the grants or not. It will first examine whether the expenditure is within the grants or not. That is the first important appropriation. That's why it is appropriately or not, right? So and also report on finance accounts. So it reviews overall financial position. It reviews overall financial position. That is, they will review union government financial position and also state government's financial positions. So and also report on public undertakings. It audits PSUs and also government companies related accounts and etc. Right? All reports, these three reports will be submitted to the President of India. That is the condition here. CAG after verification or after review of all these reports will submit the reports to the not Parliament, to the President only. After checking the President will submit the reports to the Parliament, right? So then President lays reports before Parliament. That is the main important. First of all, CAG, President, then it will goes to the parliament from the president. Likewise, if you see UPSC reports also, UPSC also annual report submitted by the UPSC to the president. Likewise, after that it will send to parliament, anything is there, right? So finally, Public Accounts Committee examines CAG reports here, right? So in the parliament we have different type of parliament committees, right? So we have Public Accounts Committee, it will examine the CAG report. This is very special case point we have to remember for the examination process. So these are the three reports. Next, recent Supreme Court developments regarding the 2025 CAG related issues we have to understand as a current affairs update. So Supreme Court sought centre's view on CAG appointment process, March 2025. According to recent updates, Supreme Court sought centre's view on CAG appointment process, right? So here if you see some petitions filed by the centre for public interest litigation here. So that's why here some questions raised on transparency and independence of appointment of the CAG of India. That's why Supreme Court clearly sought centre's view on this regarding this issue, right? So it brings appointment process under judicial scrutiny. So here it brings appointment process is under judicial scrutiny. Means here judicial scrutiny or judicial review will be there regarding the process or procedure of appointment of the CAG, right? So highlights, and also it highlights the importance of constitutional watchdogs autonomy. It also highlights the importance of constitutional watchdogs autonomy. Means here CAG acts as a financial watchdog of our autonomy related to accounts and reports, etc., financial administration especially. So this particular issue, recent Supreme Court development, if you see, it highlights the importance of constitutional watchdogs autonomy, right? So process completely derived by the central government is completely questioned by some sort of related to transparency issues or independence issues, right? So it potential for reforms in selection mechanism. There is a potential for reforms in selection mechanism. There may be taken some sort of reforms related to process of particularly appointment of the CAG here. If you see recent reports given by the 2024 to 25 CAG, so report on outstanding income tax demands, right? December 2024, the CAG reported this particular report here, and also performance audit on liquor supply in Delhi, February 2025. Right, Feb 2025, they have given the performance audit on liquor supply in Delhi, and also performance audit on public health infrastructure that was given in December 2024. So recent report on drug testing shortages and amid cough syrup deaths also we have seen recently, very recently in the news also. So and also it highlighted revenue leakages and administrative inefficiencies in the government. So recently recommendations, all these recommendations for systematic improvements only. The CAG recommendations are not binding on the government here, just suggestions. They are like a suggestions, and also they are like a systematic improvements things. These are the very important issue. If you see the significance, what is the total significance and impact of CAG in our India? So it ensures transparency in government spending especially. Why? Because executive actions related to expenditure related things are completely has to be transparent and also accountable to the legislature here. That's why here CAG acts as a bridge or ensures transparency in government spending. And also it acts as a watchdog against financial irregularities. If anything happened related to irregularities happened in the financial administration, compulsorily CAG will check or scrutinize all those things as a watchdog. Right? It strengthens parliamentary oversight over executive. It strengthens parliamentary oversight over executive. Here, executive is completely responsible to the legislature, right? So that's why here we can say executive is accountable to the legislature. That's why here parliamentary oversight over executive can be seen by using this CAG process. And also reports, these CAG reports lead to policy reforms and corrective actions. Whenever there are any financial regularities or auditing regularities or anything issues, CAG will recommend that to the president, then president will send those reports to the parliament, and then Public Accounts Committee also check and review the CAG reports. Based on that, they can make any reforms or changes. So it exposes corruption and mismanagement also sometimes. We had seen differently previously 2G scam or different things, right? So it promotes good governance and accountability also. It promotes good governance and accountability also here. So we can clearly say that here CAG as a bridge or as a watchdog, it will ensure that executive is completely accountable to the legislature. By that we can ensure that good governance is observed in our country, right? This is the very much important role and significance of the CAG office in India. So these are the two important constitutional bodies were there in our constitution. We will discuss remaining constitutional bodies in the next class. Thank you very much. All the very best.